into our first guest. Let's go ahead and bring on Lina Acosta. She is the CMO over at GLT Logistics. Welcome in, Lina.
Hi, Blythe. How are you? Thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
I've been trying to get you on for a while now, new year. So let's go ahead and sort of dive on into the discussion. For folks who aren't aware, can you give us a little bit of background of your career and how you came into working in logistics?
Sure. Well, everything started when I came here to the United States. I'm originally from Colombia, as you can tell by my accent. I came here back in 2006 to do an internship, and I did it in a freight forwarding company. After that, like 2 years later, I co-founded a broker, a 3PL.
Nice.
The name was 1A Intermodal. It was our former company because few years later on, we merged to another company called Ground Logistics and Transportation. And after that, we became GLT Logistics after that merger. So yeah, everything started then in 2006 with 1A Intermodal. I started off as salesperson, operations person, accounting, everything, doing everything by myself with my partner at that time. And after that, I moved into the administrative part of the company. And when we merged, we decided to create our marketing team. So after that was when I started working in marketing, and I'm loving it. So that's briefly my journey in logistics.
Well, I love that you brought that up because you mentioned how all your roles within the other company probably give you a fantastic perspective into what is working within marketing and what isn't. So tell us a little bit about your marketing aspirations. I see that you guys are doing tons of videos and creating different content like that. So tell me, was marketing always a passion for you, or did you just sort of find yourself into because that's how I just sort of stumbled into marketing because of other passions. It sounds like that is a similar journey for you too.
Yeah, well, in my case, when I was in the administrative part of the company, I had the chance to work in everything, like in finance, but also doing a little bit of marketing, like e-blast, things like that. So then I had the opportunity to see a little bit about marketing, and I really liked it. And what I like about marketing is that it's a mix of art and science, and I have my artistic part. So I think that's why I love it. And after that, when we decided to create the marketing department, so I started to learning a lot about marketing and everything, and it was kind of challenging at the beginning, but it has been a great journey, and I hope to keep working on this field forever. I love it.
That's awesome. I mean, you can definitely tell that you have the creative artistic eye just by the background in your video right now. It looks gorgeous. So
yeah, some of them are my paintings, actually.
Oh, they're your paintings. Wow. Awesome. Even better. So, I mean, speaking of beautiful things, you're based in Miami, Florida, and it's been awesome to watch the growth of the freight and the tech scene in that area, coming from all over parts of the country in order to move to Miami, in order to take advantage of the growing tech scene that's there. What's it been like to watch the evolution of Miami come into its own as being sort of a tech and freight sort of mecca of the US?
That's right. Yeah, well, I have been amazed by the growth of Miami. I mean, since last year, we have been getting a lot of people in Miami. I moved from an area called Brickell to another area which is a little bit more quiet because it was packed. So I had to move to another apartment, and the rents, the prices of the properties and everything are going up and up. But that's a good thing. I mean, I love that because it shows that the economy here is growing, opportunities are growing. So yeah, I'm very excited to be part of this city. Actually, I love it. So yeah, that's and I know that is becoming kind of Silicon Valley, which is actually very good. Yeah,
Absolutely. I'm a Florida resident as well. I'm a little bit further north up in Jacksonville. So we're pretty much like South Georgia, but I still take credit for all good things happening in Florida.
yeah.
Now switching gears a little bit to the marketing side of things with your role, and you guys have really been ahead of the game, especially when it comes to video marketing. You guys started this back in 2017, and with an industry that's really sort of historically outdated. It takes people a while, I think, in this industry to adapt newer technology and newer marketing strategies. What were some of the reasons why you all decided to get video marketing started up for your company?
Well, when we started our marketing department, I guess we were pretty focused to be like ahead of the game, as you were saying. We started focusing on different strategies. One of them was to be in like on LinkedIn, as you were talking a few minutes ago. And we were forced, or yeah, we tried to change the mindset of our company. We started a journey to start adapting some of these initiatives inside the company. That was kind of a big challenge for us. But yeah, we started to see that we needed to be like very like tech, I mean, towards technology in marketing, and being on LinkedIn and these virtual platforms for us to be able to thrive. And actually, that was I'm thankful we started working on this since 2017, and we started creating kind of a mindset inside the company to inviting them to be on LinkedIn, for us to start getting this content creating about, I mean, with videos and a lot of visual stuff that we were able to showcase through social media. Because when the pandemic started, we were able to switch gears real quick, and we were able to adapt, and then we were able to create our, for instance, our events that were initially in person. We were able to change those to in person, I mean, to virtual events, and we were able to
And
create these videos and everything that you are talking about.
yeah, because one of your sessions that we were discussing in the pre-show notes is that you had these logistics sessions that you were hosting, and then you moved them to virtual, and then it was due to COVID, but you ended up being a great thing because you ended up raising money for a charity called Allen, which is the American Logistics Aid Network, and in their work to provide resources to nonprofit disaster relief organizations helping to solve the most pressing supply chain challenges. Can you give us a rundown of what you're planning, how you're planning to take those virtual events and evolve them for maybe 2022? Are you going to keep them virtual? Are you going to maybe do some in person, maybe a hybrid approach?
Sure, of course. So yeah, as I was telling at that time, we were pretty much into in-person events, and we created our logistics program, our logistics sessions program. I'm sorry, back in 2018, and it is actually award-winning program. We received the Compass Awards from the TMSA. So in 2020, actually. So and the purpose of these logistics sessions programs is to provide knowledge and educational content for our community, the industry, to help them thrive in their businesses, in their day-to-day roles. So when we had the pandemic outbreak, we were pretty much ready we did have like the virtual setup for us to start doing these events virtually, right? And we had big part of our team already on LinkedIn. We had been working already in our profiles. I mean, in our personal profiles, as you were talking a few minutes ago, we started working on our personal profiles for them to become
Nice.
like stronger, and then so our company profile could grow as well. So we were able to switch to these virtual events really quickly, and we started promoting our summit back in the one we had in 2020, the one you were talking about, Logistics Industry United Against COVID-19. And it was an amazing summit. We were able to bring speakers, C-level executives from XPO Logistics, from Estes Express, their CEO, Rob Estes, the president of XPO, P44, trucks of whatnot. And it was very special. And the purpose of this was to help the community and the Alan, as you were mentioning. And so we were able to bring the community and the industry together to work towards a common thread, which was the COVID. So it was amazing. And after that, we kept working on these virtual events. So last year, for instance, we had like 5 events, more or less. I don't remember the exact number, maybe
Nice.
5 or 6. Yeah, we had one about e-commerce. We had one about customer experience. When we had those 5 events, and now this year we plan to keep growing and getting stronger with these logistics sessions program to keep helping the community through associations like the Alan, and to keep bringing educational content to our community and keep inspiring the industry. I think we need inspiration.
Definitely.
And yeah,
So
to be growing a community.
Well, with your logistics sessions that you're hosting, those seem to be more, open to the public, inviting incredible speakers to come join in on the discussion. Now, what about the university? Because you guys also have a university program where it's furthering educational content from within the company. So do those two programs, are they kind of the same thing, or do you offer different educational opportunities for the employees within the organization too?
Yeah, good question. Well, yeah, the GLT University is right now is for our team. For our team at GLT. Sure. So we have the GLT University, but we are where we train our people. We even had a classroom and everything. We had different sessions. We had different topics, and it is growing.
That's awesome.
It is actually growing year by year. Now we are expanding that to our customers. So we already had a couple of sessions with customers, and we are planning to keep growing the GLT University, and of course that. And that's how I see the future of logistics sessions to become like a very big educational program that works with GLT University
I love
for a
that.
big
So it
audience.
sounds like, education for the customers, education for just general awareness among the industry, and then also education for your employees as well. It sounds like there's a lot of things, that could play off of each other and complement each other, which is really cool to see, and way ahead of the game for a lot of companies out there, prioritizing education, because I think that matters when it comes to retention as well. Now, you mentioned the TMSA earlier, and you're a board member on the TMSA. What made you get involved with the association, and what sort of goals do you have for the future as serving as a board member?
Sure. Well, I love TMSA. I started my journey with the TMSA back in 2017 when we were creating our marketing department at GLT. So one of the first things I did was to look for an association that could support our new department. I like to know people in the field, and especially in the industry. So it was like perfect for us to find us an association that was focused on marketing, sales, and in logistics. So I started at that time, and we have been members since then. And like a year later, I got an offer from Mark Dirks, a friend of mine. Now he's the CMO of Blue Grace Logistics. And he invited me. I mean, at that time he was our coach for marketing. And he invited me to participate as a board member. And I was very honored to be as a board member for the TMSA. And now I'm a marketing co-chair, marketing committee co-chair, and I'm been working since last year in this marketing committee. Yeah, and my plan right now is to help the association. I mean, I know the TMSA has been going through like kind of challenging times because of the pandemic.
Sure.
One of the like the like main programs for the TMSA is the annual conference, and it used to be in person. So of course that's a challenge that we need to overcome. So I invest a lot of time in the TMSA actually, and sometimes it's very challenging for me to find the time to do everything for GLT and for the TMSA as well. But I love it because the TMSA is an amazing association where you can find peers, competitors from and learn a lot from them. So that's
I
what
love
we
it.
have been doing, and it is actually a community where we are friends, we make friends, and we meet very interesting people for our business and for our
Yeah,
personal lives as well.
I think with the TMSA in particular, it's always nice to have collaboration over competition, and I feel like that's sort of the ethos of the association is moving forward, is really sort of banding together and figuring out what's working well for your company. Well, maybe I can implement some of that at my company, and finding ideas and really sharing those ideas. Like I said, collaboration over competition. Now,
That's
final
right.
question: what's left in store for you for the rest of the year, for your marketing initiatives? What should folks be on the lookout for?
Well, right now, one of our top priorities is our CX strategy. We are a very customer centric company. That's part of our DNA, but we wanted to formalize that, and we created our CX department last year. So one of our top priorities right now is to implement the strategy that we already have for this department, and because we are very strong in technology as well, but we always want to have that balance between technology and custom and good relationships with our customers, so they have that human part behind everything. So that's one of
Love
our
that.
top priorities, because our one of our main goals is our customer retention. So that's even like above lead generation. So that's one of them. And also we have a new service called LTL for brokers that we launched recently, I mean, last year, but we are one of our top priorities for this year is to keep growing that service. It is mainly a service where we offer another brokers. We offer them to be kind of their LTL department. I'm talking about brokers that are focused on mainly on FTL and heavy
Sure.
hauling. So we offer them to be their LTL department behind the scenes. I mean, in front of their customers. I mean, we will use their brand, not ours. So their customers wouldn't know GLTs behind the scenes. The good thing is that there is not investment for them to do. I mean, there are not any investment for them to make because it is based on a profit split structure. So
Nice.
so yeah, it is kind of a very kind of a different service. I mean, is kind of
It's almost like a white label program
yeah,
for
that's right.
logistics, which
So
is I think sort of that logistics as a service. I think for some other companies that they're doing, which sounds awesome. It sounds like you have a lot of work on your plate. I don't know how you balance it all, but you're doing it very well. All right, Lina, where can folks follow more of your work? LinkedIn, I imagine, is a good place to get started.
yeah, yeah, of course, LinkedIn, of course, yeah. Right now, I mean, this year, last year, we had a huge growth in our company, and we had it to kind of stop for a little bit. We had to hire more people for our marketing team and for our company in general. So I had to stop a little bit
Nice.
with my things on LinkedIn, but now I'm back. So
Yes,
I'm
full
planning
steam ahead.
to keep growing our presence, not only my profile, but my team profile and our company profile and everything. So yeah, that's basically one of. I mean, LinkedIn is a very strong platform for B2B and for our business.
Absolutely. All right.
Mhm.
Well, I will link in the show notes of where they can follow you over on LinkedIn. Thank you so much, Lina, for coming on the show. It's awesome to see your growth within the industry and to see you adopting, sort of newer for freight technologies with video marketing and university learning and partnering with different companies. So thank you again for coming on the show. And I'll link to your profile in the show notes for anybody who wants to connect with you.
Thank you so much, Blythe, for the invitation. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you again. So